Hi, good morning. Welcome back to Mike Makes It. I've just bought a semi-universal dividing head, model BS-0. It's from Vevor online, cost about £200. I've had my eye on one for a little while, but never really had an excuse to buy one. Well, I've had a client ask me to machine a few shafts up with keyways and a few other bits and bobs in them. So I've had to buy one. Now, we'll go over to the lathe. And it's not a review on this dividing head today. I will do a review in a forthcoming video, but really it's just to show you what I'm going to use it for today, and that's to put two flats on a shaft and cut a couple of keyways. Let me show you what I'm on about. Woodruff keyways. There you go. So I'm going to be cutting that into the shaft here. I've got one in front of me, if we can get that into focus. Cutting two woodruff keys and putting two flats on it. And without the dividing head I wouldn't be able to do that. I'm only using it in a very, very basic manner. You've got 36 holes in the back collar there, so you've got 36 positions, and basically I'm using it to lock the workpiece into place and rotate it by 90 degrees. I'm using that for nothing more than that. You get a lot more complicated. I've got extra dividing plates and things that will fit, if you can see just through there. Not a very good picture, see if we can get in. Yeah, you can see there's one dividing plate. I've got two others. This is the best position I could put this on the lathe. You can see I've got little bits overhanging. This is like a steady tool. The shaft will come out of here, go across and steady. Stop the vibration and chatter when I'm cutting, and it does work quite well. I've cut some already. There's a few down there, so I know it's functional. But really, this dividing head probably isn't best suited for the lathe, certainly if I'm doing long shafts or long work pieces, but I can just about get it in. The steady is hanging off over the edge there, but it's working fine. I just got one bolt in it. I could clamp here onto the leg of it, but so far so good. So we'll get a workpiece mounted in and I'll show you how I set it up. I'm sure there's people going to tell me there's a lot better ways to do it than how I'm setting this workpiece up, but how I'm doing it does work for me. I got my old DRO, that's working a treat. So yeah, it's to the workpiece. Alright, workpiece is in the chuck, in the dividing head. I've got a sharpened drill tip there. I'm just using the end to align with the end of the workpiece, and that's basically going to be me zero, a datum point for me. Then up on the DRO, up here, I've zeroed it, so that I'll now know when I move this way with the carriage exactly where I am, because I know I've got to cut two woodruff keys on the far side of this shaft at 25mm and 57mm centres. So that's what we're going to be doing now. Right, we whack the old woodruff key in there. There's a few extra bits and pieces I could do with here, like a collar chuck for instance. However, this does work. There we go. Just tighten that up. I've not got a DRO on the mill head, so I don't know how far down we are. So what I found, it was through trial and error, the height I needed for the woodruff key for the shaft. So I'll give that a bit of a clean off and I'll show you what I'm going to do. Again, not really production line kind of status or work. Whoa. There we go. I'm going to move this down to there, and all I need to do is bring the woodruff key to the right height, to the height gauge. Very rudimentary, but it does work. Right, there we go. That's the height of the woodruff key, correct for the shaft. So As long as I don't bang the camera around anymore, you should see it fairly clearly. Let's bang the camera again. And I also know I've got to be 6mm from the touch-off point of the woodruff key. I've got to come in 6mm into the shaft. So we'll fire the machine up. I'm going to touch off 6mm. I'm going to set this to 25. I'm looking at the DRO, set that to 25. I'm locking the carriage. The carriage is now locked. And basically, touch off, then from the DRO, I'm going to 0 it, come in 6mm, and repeat the process. So yeah, we'll fire the lathe up, and away we go. Right, there you go. I'll reposition for the other woodruff key now. This flat's got to be 25mm wide by about 1mm deep into the shaft itself. So I've set it to the right position to start. I'm going to come down hard. I'm going to touch off first, then I can wind it down 1/2 mil using the gauge on the mill head, which doesn't have a DRO, so it's going to be a bit rudimentary, but nevertheless, touch off, down 1/2 mil, do a 25mm wide flat, then come down another 1/2 mil and repeat the process. So that's what I'll do now. That's the first pass, and I'm going to bring the carriage out by another 5mm. Then sweep back and continually increment until I've got the full 25mm I need to take off. That's the full width, the 25mm I need to cut, but now I'm dropping the cutting tool down another 1/2 mil for the final finish. And it's just going to repeat that basically. Come back, the 25mm sweep, then that flat is done. Then I will rotate the head 90 degrees and do the last flat, then the job's finished. Effectively, that's the last pass on that flat. Now I need to rotate the head, which is fine, but the position it is, the handle's on this side at the back, which makes it a little bit trickier, certainly from my point of view. I could have mounted the head this side, but then it's going to obstruct my view to some degree. I might try that on the next job I have in. Unless anybody else has got any better ideas or suggestions, this is the best I've come up with. If the handle was this side, terrific. They don't come that way. So we'll release the head and we'll rotate 90 degrees. It's doable, just a little bit awkward. But we'll do a full review on this head. We're going to strip it down, give it a really good clean up, because it's straight from the factory. And there's a few things I want to show you. It's £200, yeah, for a reason. But that'll be coming in a forthcoming video. But yeah, there's a few things I found wrong with it, if you like. But out of the box, it does work, certainly for what I wanted to do. But anyhow, I'll finish this last shaft off and I'll show you the finished results. But basically, I'm just going to repeat what we've just done. Right, that's the last one done. We'll get it out, give it a clean up. I'm feeling both the cutting tools I'm using get a little bit blunt. They're on the edge of sort of, I'll go in the bin. So it was a bit rough going on the last couple of cuts. But as I say, we'll get that out, give it a clean up, and show you what happened. Right, there's the finished piece. Doesn't look too bad. Looks fairly sharp on the woodruff key. The flats aren't quite so sharp as I'd like them, but I think that's due to the cutting tool being a little bit on the blunt side. But there you go. We'll do a full review on this, the dividing head, in a future video. Did the trick here straight out the box, but like I said, there was a few shortcomings on it. But I'd also like to strip it right down, because there's a lot of grit and grime and crud on it, basically, that needs to be fetched out to make it a little bit smoother moving. But for £200, I think it's probably quite good value for money. But yeah, keep a look out for that future review. And thanks for watching Mike Makes It.